All right, ladies and gentlemen. For the end of the year, I'm going to do a daily recap video uh, for myself and to keep myself accountable, and also should we learn some education. So we'll keep it clean, we'll keep it fast, and to the point. The move today was CFVI. This was a broken down stock. Obviously, it ran, what was that, Friday? Yeah, it ran on like Friday. Had to move off of Friday's momentum and then continue just kind of break down. This wasn't super ideal in the morning, at least for me, because it had potential to kind of squeeze out. So I wasn't too convinced with it until it broke through this 14 line. So you can see used off of, let me just clear these out for y'all. You can see this 14 line that was used off of Friday's support. So that was the line that was played off of today, and that was the line that was going to decide kind of what was happening here. So pre-market, when it broke that 14 line, it gave me a lot more conviction to attack up here near the 15s and 16s. Alex Temez, of course, he had similar plans on his watch list. And so that kind of gave me confidence with my own plan to play through with it. I did not short at VWAP because this was not deviated enough for me to short at VWAP. If I'm going to do a VWAP short, it needs to be farther down. Maybe if this broke down to like, I don't know, 13, 15, then I would look to play a VWAP on this. But at the time, I needed to be one line above VWAP and willing to scale up higher. So with this one, I kind of messed up my entry on this. It could have been so much better. Get rid of this. Could have been so much better up here at 1550. But what I did was I waited until it tested the line of 15. And once it confirmed the line of 15 with this stuff, I slammed in. I should have been in here before that, but I can't cry over spilled milk. I did good, and I'll do better tomorrow. On this play, I knew I needed to wait for these outer lines. What I was going to do is I was risking 1563. The reason for that being, if it broke over 1550s, I wanted to reset my position so that I could tack these outer lines up here with 1550 and 16 so that my average would be better and I have tighter risk and reward. So I was close to stopping out, but chose the right lines, so it played through. And then on this play, obviously having patience. The reason that I had patience on this is because there was so much range to the downside on this. So much potential. I mean, you had that 14 line that this was playing off of. So when you've got so much downward potential and the plan is currently confirming your thesis, which mine was a short bias thesis, then that told me I want to have patience on this and I want to wait for some really strong support. So obviously first cover I took out at 14. I'm going to cover at the first major support always. Oftentimes I'll cover at VWAP, but like I said, I felt like this was more of a patience play because of the downward range, and so I decided to let it sit for that 14 line. Second pull out of here was a little bit premature. I definitely could have let this ride more, but I kind of wanted to lock in gains, not get too greedy after that death candle like that. And I was concerned that it could potentially hold near 14 and kind of spike up and reclaim. So I just kind of took it off for the position. I could do better on that next time. Then the second ad here, patience is so important on this because a lot of people are going to be shorting all around here. Really, they're going to be greedy. They're going to be missing the main move. So they're going to be shorting way low. At certain times, certain situations, that won't kill you, but that's not a good habit to have. So what I told myself is the most important line, always has been to me, was this 14 line. So I'm not going to short until I can short at 14 or I'm going to miss the move. I also need to be close enough to my risk, which on this play was 1475. I wanted to add up here closer to 1450, so I only got half size on this first play. But it's all about just waiting for your lines and waiting for the trade to come to you, not trying to force the trade. Like Alex Temez and Bao talk about, it's like fishing. You put out your line and you wait for it. If you bite, you bite. If not, you move on. So on this play, I wanted to be much faster on this. Patience obviously paid on this. One of my tabs caught it. But what I wanted to do was just kind of take the win for this kind of add-on and not get greedy with it. So what I ended up doing was just covered at this support of 1360, which obviously I bottom ticked in that moment. And then it continued to kind of tank through. So definitely could have had patience on this, but I'm not upset about kind of nailing and bailing. This was my biggest P&L day ever, so I'm really happy with it. But there's always something that you can do better. There's always more you can do in the trade. But the key that I did well here today was I waited for my lines. I waited for my edge. I'm not shorting noise. I'm not, trying to get in at VWAP because I've got FOMO. I'm not trying to get in here at 1350 because I've got FOMO. I know the lines that are important, and I have the patience to wait for them. And that's what's going to make you money in the long run, even if sometimes you're going to miss plays. But that's all right. That's how it goes. Welcome to the life of a trader. So moving on to tomorrow. Show up with the same process, not overthink it, wait for my lines, and try to kind of repeat this through the whole week. So I hope you guys followed your plans today, followed your rules. Don't get greedy. Don't try to overstay. Know when your edge is there, when it presents itself, and when it's not, walk away and trade tomorrow. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.